They did it. They completed their offseason. With apologies for anybody who roots for the other team in Los Angeles, as of this hour, the Clippers have a better team on paper, on the floor, than the LA Lakers. The Clippers signing Brad Beal, high-scoring guard, just bought out by the Phoenix Suns, ex-Washington Wizard, ex-Sacramento King. This guy can play. He's had injury problems 2 years running. They say he's totally healthy. Career average, 21 points per game. He's the perfect off-guard complement to James Harden. And just think about what they've done in a couple of weeks of this offseason. They fill the off-guard shooting role with Brad Beal. They get the big guy to back up Zubac at center, still productive, older player in Brook Lopez, and they get the jumping jack power forward they've not had, John Collins, to play opposite Kawhi Leonard. I just think what the Clippers have done is almost genius. If you're a Clipper fan or just an NBA fan, do you agree with me? Better team in LA will wear a Clipper jersey than a Laker jersey. Speaking of other stories, Golden State, and I don't understand this, they're shopping Jonathan Kuminga. Sign and trade. Might happen in the next couple of hours, might not happen. They're talking to the Phoenix Suns why they would trade Jonathan Kuminga, who's not been very consistent. He's really young. Came from Africa. Has hardly played at all. Then he had injury problems last year. Why would they trade him in the division? Makes no sense to me. Why would they give up on him, considering he's athletic and he's really young? I think he's only 22. Anyhow, they're talking to the Suns, and they're also talking about trading him out of the division with the Chicago Bulls. The answer to the question, why would they trade him? Agents asking for $25 million per year for the kid. Golden State just does not want to do that on a long-term contract, so keep an eye on that one. Also, we're waiting for a decision from Al Horford. Golden State's a finalist to get the veteran center forward, bench guy, very stable leader in the locker room, role player, but still productive, almost 40 years of age. Golden State, LA Lakers, both interested in him. Now, the Lakers already got DeAndre Ayton, who came from Portland. They get Horford. That would be the last offseason acquisition, I would assume. That would mean they'd probably be a little bit bigger and a little bit better, but are they a complete basketball team, or are they still a team with question marks? Revert back to question one in this segment. The Clippers are a better team on paper on the floor now than the Lakers are on paper on the floor. John, go ahead and respond.
Okay, let's break down this Brad Beal guy, because he played with the Wizards, right? And then he got traded to Phoenix. And I know that it was a bitter divorce with Phoenix, and maybe you can help bring me up to speed on all that. But he's a guy that is, I never really see him. He's
been
just
hurt 2 years in a row.
Yeah, so he's not like one of he's really good because you've heard of his name a lot. But I mean, what can we really expect? And is there an attitude problem if the divorce in Phoenix was so messy?
There's problems everywhere in Phoenix. It's a franchise that traded 4 number 1 picks for Kevin Durant, and that didn't work out, and then they got rid of him. And a team that traded a bunch of players and second-round picks to get Brad Beal, that didn't work out. Now, Beal was dinged up. He was dinged up in Washington, got to Phoenix and got hurt. Clippers say he's totally healthy, and maybe being on a winning team and having to play for his next contract. Remember, he got bought out. He had to take a pay cut. Get this, Phoenix is eating $99 million of the contract. Wow. Now, that's spread out over 5 years. So they're going to get cap relief. He's going to get almost $20 million per year from Phoenix, deferred money. But he's playing on a $5 million contract with the Clippers and the chance to go back into free agency next year. So there will be motivation for him if he can stay healthy. He's got talent, there's no doubt about that, but he's had a lot of injury problems too. But you talk about perfect fit, playing on a really good team led by Kawhi Leonard that has now added 3 guys in this offseason. To me, this looks like a really good acquisition.
Well, who can you compare Bradley Beal with? Is he like a 3-point shooter, yes, or is he a guy that's slashing and dunking? I mean,
no, he's more an outside bomber. I think he's more dangerous than Harden. Harden's a playmaker, take it to the basket, can make some shots. I think Beal hit over 40% of his 3-pointers.
Oh, wow.
If healthy, Brad Beal had played really well in the NBA, but a lot of circumstances around him. But it's a prove-it year. He's got a $5 million contract and a chance to go back on the open market And I think there'll be peer pressure to probably help them. So, end of the day, do you think Clippers are better across the board than Lakers?
Laker fan will never admit that, because they still think of the Clippers like their little brother. But I agree with you. I think, the Clippers have looked good a lot of these years. Maybe this is finally the year they break through.
But they got three pieces that they have not had. They got another big man in Brook Lopez who can still play, as witnessed by 18 points a game last year in Milwaukee. They got an explosive John Collins, who they've never had a jumping jack guy. Even Blake Griffin wasn't what John Collins is athletically. So they got John Collins there, and now you get a three-point shooter in Brad Beal. I just think that they've checked off a lot of boxes, and they didn't trade every first-round draft pick they had left in the bank account either.
I love the Hacksaw gloss, jumping jack, That's something I only hear from you when it goes to describing basketball players.
You are correct. Some of us are bleeping brilliant. I'm not going to apologize for who I am. Okay, that's all things NBA. You got an opinion? We invite you to join us. The Fans Forum chat box is open.